we're going to do it, then do it.
Yes, Sandy. Good evening, everyone. Oh, did you bring the sloth back here for me to throw, Sandy? Sorry, Sandy is feeling rowdy at the start of the stream all of a sudden.
No. Well, what can you do?
What
right?
can you do? So good evening, everyone.
Good evening, everybody.
Does everything seem
Happy Sunday.
okay? I don't know if things might be a little off since the last time I streamed was kind of a different stream because we had Mike on and everything, but I think everything is lined up and working correctly.
Yeah. It seems to be okay. Although my page is only showing 360p.
What is it? What are you being rowdy about?
Ridiculous.
Huh? What are
honestly.
you being rowdy for?
Oh, is there sound issues? What's going on?
Hmm?
Am I like sound issues? I don't think there's sound issues this time.
No,
I hope
I was
not.
just asking if there was. But I don't, it doesn't look like there's any sound issues.
Okay. 1080p. Everyone's got 1080p except for me. Third world citizen over here.
You've just got
I've only got
low quality
360p.
automatic setting.
Yeah, well, I tried to select something else, but it's only giving up to 360p's, which is a decent amount. You know, it's not.
Apparently, I'm
untouchable.
slightly louder, but not too much. I mean, Coury looks fairly loud. I mean, I was afraid to raise him up anymore, just judging by the levels.
Just lift me up where I belong. Just a touch.
Yeah, I can raise.
Pixel Phoenix is still getting used to me without glasses. I'm still getting used to not having to wear them. I mean, although I do wear them, and I like whenever we're doing the "Here's My Question for You" podcast. Now, when it's my turn to like do something or read something off my list, I always get it out. I get out my notebook, and I'm like this. I just like. I put them on, and I just think it's really funny. And Chris goes, "You instantly go from looking 5 years younger than me to 5 years older."
What is your relative age with Chris?
He's 46, I think. So he's 2 years older than me.
Okay.
Maybe more of a year and a half.
Yeah, I thought he was just a little older than you. You know, speaking of, I mean, you probably can't tell from way over there because they're not that different. But I got new glasses this week.
Oh, did your prescription change?
Not that much, but
Yeah.
you know.
You ever gone on to iBuy Direct? and
Onto
gotten
what?
Onto iBuy Direct. You can buy like glasses there. That's where I got a whole bunch of my glasses.
I mean, I know there's a lot of online glasses stuff, but I mean, even though it's probably more expensive, I feel I just do it at the optometrist, you know, just
Right. Well, that's but it's like what I did before is I would just have an extra pair of glasses like that I just, carried in my, like my toiletries thing.
oh, just
when
like
I
a
would
cheap
travel.
pair to like not worry
Oh,
about.
yeah, exactly.
To rough up. I mean, that's not a bad
Yeah.
idea.
Sometimes I lay down and my face would like bend the glasses. And I have to do that with my readers too, but I just don't care because they're fairly disposable. But these I think are my good ones. These
Yeah.
ones for $20. And I want them to last.
You know what I was
They all-
having trouble with just before the stream was DisplayPort.
What?
DisplayPort.
You were having problems with it?
I was having problems with DisplayPort. Not to get into a DisplayPort rant again.
What was the problem with it?
Well, I have this. I think it's.
What were you doing wrong
I think it's
that it was trying to correct you from doing?
I wasn't doing anything wrong. It was working the way it had been working for months normally. But I have this. I think it might be a StarTech DisplayPort splitter, and like there's like a specific standard, right? Where I forget what it's called exactly, but like it's like part of the DisplayPort standard where like you can do like a dual monitor output from one port, and you get like a device that's like specifically designed for that. Like there's a lot of bad splitters out there, or they're actually switchers and not splitters or something like that. But
Yeah, that sounds just like an HDMI splitter.
it's not a splitter though. It's meant to drive like it's meant to drive two, not duplicate, but like two entirely separate monitors from one display port.
Oh,
It's like part of the display port specification. I forget what the feature is called, but it's a thing, and I got it several months ago. I mean, I've had it for a while, and I have two monitors in my stream setup here set up with that, and for some reason it just stopped. It was not working today. Now it does require USB power, and I checked that, and I checked the connections, and it just wasn't working. So I had to, unplug. One of the monitors is more of a nice to have during streaming, but without the other, I couldn't see the chat room at all. Even though I do apologize, especially when I'm streaming it, sometimes it's
wait.
hard
Do you not have any additional like outputs left?
No, that's why I have this. That's why I have the splitter.
I see.
So I mean it's only a GTX. That's good. 1650 Super. So I mean it's very much a budget card for a computer that is meant to just be good enough for streaming, good enough for capturing up to 4K 60, and it is. It's a really nice little computer, but that 1650 Super doesn't have that many outputs. It's not a power gaming card or anything like that. So
Yeah. Okay, well.
Crikey!
I mean, I've never tried to do that.
I see that JL's got an old donation with £5 there. So an evening, blokes. Please say Robert Mondu in your best Australian accent. Did Sandy interrupt my Australian accent there? Robert Mondu to you too, JL. Robert Mondu. Yes.
I mean, you handled that. Speaking of Rob Bandu, I did finish Jumpin' Flash 2 today. Like I sat down and I played that last level, and I beat the final boss like on my first try. I don't know why I was having such a problem with it, but I did it.
yeah.
It's all done. And that was after I finished the Order 1886.
That's funny because I finally got around to buying it. Like when John did his video, I finally bought a copy on eBay. Because
hopefully it wasn't expensive.
It was like $11.
Okay.
Did you feel underwhelmed?
I thought you know what? I didn't think it was all that bad. It is like, and it's an absolutely gorgeous game. And maybe I liked it more than I would have when it came out because, like I hadn't played a cover shooter in a long time.
Yeah.
So it was kind of nice, and it even has some like ledge jumping and stuff like Uncharted. I was kind of surprised that it has that because, like I can't imagine like these hulking characters with these like layers of clothing on, like heavy coats and everything like that, can like be as agile as they are, but they are.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny though at the end. It just kind of ends. It like sets up all this stuff and then it ends. And we'll never get a resolution to it. But it's a it's a good looking game. I did see that there was $9.99 from Tanuki Tom, which is a great name. By the way.
Yeah, I think we've had that before.
And he is saying, music, here's my question for you. Either Husker Du or The Replacements, or I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna go with Husker Du probably. Specifically because of Bob Mould, and I really liked his other project. I liked Sugar.
I don't know.
Copper Blue is definitely a top 30 album for me probably in my life. So I don't know if that helps at all.
All right. Well, how about I switch over to the not that view. That view.
Not that one.
And hang on. I'm gonna have to get closer and check this volume.
It's just the top of your head.
Sandy, you need to calm down. So yeah, I all I know about this game, I bought it. It was inspired by last week's stream. In fact, I think I ordered it before the stream was over. Right? I think it was a super chat from Junko asking, what mundane task we would like to be a video game, right?
Yeah.
And so this came up, and I ended up ordering. I've heard of this. I know it's a thing that people talk about. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen it in action. I don't know if this was included with the physical copy I bought or not, but there is free. It's a Square Enix game, and there's free Final Fantasy VII and Tomb Raider DLC.
Right.
So
did you get it?
I confirmed through the menu here, well, I don't see it.
Do you have it?
Well, it was there, but now the DLC listing, I'm not seeing it. But I purchased it, but it might have already come with the disc. So I don't know anything about this. I don't know how long this will hold our interest. I brought down several other games to switch around to. I don't imagine us switching between games as quickly as we would on if we were doing games we haven't booted on,
This
Genesis
with more games on it.
or even Switch, really, because there's a lot more pick up and play Switch games, I feel, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm hoping that this game has a level where you're just power washing a Genesis cartridge.
That would be amazing. Why is there so much stuff to accept to play
games.
PowerWash Simulator?
You are signing over your entire life here. Because not a single person has read it. Because why would a game like this have that? Ooh, there's a SpongeBob SquarePants.
I think that one I think is paid DLC.
Dude, who's gonna why would anybody pay? I like that it has this this kind of menu.
I mean,
It annoyed me so much in Final Fantasy 16 when you use the analog stick.
Oh yeah.
Just try not to make it seem like a PC game or an MMO, please. Just there's no reason for it.
I wonder if there's. I'm thinking it seems like there's probably not any motion options, which I think would be nice.
It's Power Wash Simulator. Just go with default settings.
Yeah.
It's optimized.
So let's look in career.
Oh, there's no music, so you may want to do up some music.
Oh, the game just has no music?
I guess not.
I mean, maybe you can provide. It's weird. My brain almost hears in this silence, it almost hears the PS5 dashboard music. Great news. Blah,
Maybe
blah,
I'll
blah.
see if I can do to queue up some music to go along with it. There was $1.99 from Dingus Glurt. Thank you. Saying thanks for all the streams, guys. Hopefully they have not completely overtaken your video recommendations.
Yeah.
Because I'm very sorry about that. Although, if you start to look through them, you'll notice that I have put chapter markers in them. So it makes them a little bit easier to navigate and to get to what you want. I'm dividing them all up by games, by per game played.
Ooh,
but there
we got
is,
multiple
I mean,
nozzles.
there's some streams where it's like the whole point is that we play a bunch of different games. And I don't want to give that away, so I only say, like, you know, what console we're playing. So I divide it up by consoles.
Oh,
Follow the tutorial hints. There's some subtleties.
there's
Dude, look at how shiny that tire is, though. I mean,
I know. It's interesting because there's like 3 levels of crouching.
Oh, it's like Metal Gear 2.
Oh yeah. Except
Or-
you're not normally in first person with that kind of
Oh yeah, I know, but I mean the idea is like, you know, sometimes if you want to clean underneath, you need to get down on your tummy.
So is this like in oh, I can jump on top. In like backloggery terms, is this considered unfinished or oh wow, look at that.
Dude, you got like rocket boots or something?
I could just jump. Like
I
I feel like
jump
I could
on
be
top of
damaging the
of a
car
man?
with this ultra focused
Ooh,
one.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you got all that stuff. Like that's a pressure washer. We just got the back of our house pressure washed because there's like some stuff.
You can
forming on it.
you can just like hit the left D-pad button and it just it just goes. You don't have to hold R2.
Yeah, you're amazed by the different nozzles.
Amazed.
You're like, oh, you got these different nozzles.
Which? Oh wait, what's? Oh,
Can you turn it sideways? Can you make that go sideways?
yes. But I already forget what button does it. Oh, you can hit
Are
L1
those
to just
reflections
like
is
cycle
it ray
through
trace
them.
reflections? You think
Oh, okay, yeah. It's left trigger.
rotates it?
Yeah. So you don't have to have a flat or vertical beam all the time.
There was $4.99 from Ludicrous Fool, number 79, the 79th Ludicrous Fool,
Wow.
saying games with simulator in their titles are almost always a coin flip, whether they're good or should remain bargain bin fodder. I mean, yes, that is absolutely true. I've never really thought about something like this.
It's not a genre I've like dabbled in much.
Yeah.
I mean the titles are admittedly a tough sell.
Yes. Especially when it's like they have so many different ones. But, you know, sometimes like this just feels like it's like a moment of zen, you know?
I'm guessing
Because, you know, like I love doing this kind of stuff in real life. I love, you know, before we had to hire somebody to power wash the back of our house, we tried to do it ourselves. Like we borrowed a power washer, and I just think it's really fun. I mean, like I am an absolute child when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like I love to just create things. It's the same way of like when, you know, like there's something that you're just like allowed to break. You know what I mean? It's like that same feeling where, you know, you just want to do, and you're like, oh yeah, let's break this thing, you know. But I feel like that's probably how the, like, you know, it's not quite a substitute for real life, but I think it's probably pretty good.
that's why it's a simulator.
Yes. There's also 5 pounds from Start Select. Thank you. Saying good evening, fellas. Glad to be joining you for a Sunday night stream. It's been a long time since I've been able to join. I mean,
Well, hopefully
I wonder how many
PowerWash
people are
Simulator is not a disappointment for the first time you've joined in a while.
yeah, well, I mean, I started like putting it on Twitter and stuff again, and I wonder how many people are coming to the stream because they forgot that we even do it, because we didn't advertise it anywhere for a while.
So I think like there's like some real intense dirt like around the windows in a few places. Like I think I have to use this like super
Yeah.
high powered one here to get that stuff,
Yeah.
which seems to be working.
I mean,
fairly
that's like, it's fun to, yeah. Like, you know,
I
had to clean my
like-
driveway last year. Of course, first thing I did is spray the two obvious things. You know, had the power washes driveway, and you know it's very satisfying when you, especially when you have that. I hope you get to do it in this. I hope you get to power wash your driveway and you get to like actually get weeds out of cracks with that, because
get weeds out of cracks with the
power washer. Like, you shoot it with that. If you're like, sometimes if weeds are popping up in like the cracks or in between the like concrete slabs, then you know you can spray it with power wash. It comes off.
There's just like
So
this
hopefully you can do that in this.
like most generic, basic looking weed in the backyard that like the past like week, like Sandy just like cannot stop sniffing it. Like every time we go outside, you get real distracted by that weed.
What was the first thing I sprayed into the deck? What do you mean? Like,
There was, like,
we just have a patio in back, and of course I sprayed in between and stuff, and around the edge. You know, it's very similar to like sidewalk edging. Maybe is there a sidewalk edging simulator? I wonder. That it's like doesn't have other like lawn stuff. Like it's just sidewalk edging, and it's just like, you know, maybe you're right. You have to stay along the edges, like it's some sort of like Tron, like homage.
the one thing that would make this more satisfying though is some motion controls, you know?
Oh, they have the
It doesn't have any gyro,
oh
which I mean is not surprising because so few games actually do integrate that on, other than on Nintendo first party stuff. But I mean, you sometimes see it like with the Night Dive Studios. They're really good at actually including that stuff. But I was hoping it would make this feel even better. Oh, we're 99% clean. Where's the rest of it? There is a
No.
button you can push to show the dirt. Is it right? Okay, there's a little.
oh, it's
dirt
on that
there.
door. It's on the door.
Just a little bit left.
Mellow Gaming says I suggest the 25-degree nozzle for most jobs.
Does it? But I feel like when you're this close, like after a certain point, I felt like a lot of the dirt was just really hard to get off. It seems like when you get so close, though, like they just instantly remove the last bit of dirt on like the tire or
Yeah.
the bumper or whatever, because it just does that little flash and then it's good. Yeah.
That's good.
There it is. Oh, look
Oh,
at that. Just,
all this
on the
time,
tire.
all this time I didn't realize that. Well, oh, is the gnome the only thing? Oh, well, the tape reacts too. All this time I could have been messing around with other stuff in here.
Oh yeah. I mean, you should just there's the gnome, the garden gnome, David the gnome. Ooh, like spray it right in that outlet. Ooh, that's like a mini pelican case. I wonder what's in the pelican.
Where?
Probably like the yellow thing. Almost like a yellow pelican case.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Propane
Not
tank.
everything reacts though. Oh wait, there's a pick up and place object.
Oh, can
how-
you open your toolbox? My toolbox.
Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. How can I kind of rotate it?
Got some electrical tape there. And
So-
drop it right on the hood of your car.
So I
That's
guess
just
do
what it
I
does.
just job complete?
You're
Open
gonna
tablet,
put it inside,
continue.
clips in it. Can you put it inside of it and let go?
Put it inside what?
Can you, if you make it clip inside the car and you let go of it, what does it do?
It doesn't
Or it
seem
won't
to
let you
let
go.
me.
Oh,
Clean the back garden. Well, let's do it.
they were saying in the Discord that the power washer kind of looks like Cobra Commander, and he does. Yeah, there it is. Zane's that saying Cobra Commander cleaning his van. Cobra. There was $5
man,
from
look at this
Dad1153. Thank you. Saying bought a new PS5 and launched a YouTube channel in early 22. 18 months later, my PS5 is still new in box. Well, my YouTube channel just passed 2K subs. Priorities. That's right. That's right. I guess your channel is not about PS5 games. You know, I know where not to go for PS5 information.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Oh, we got Artemio in the chat.
Oh, welcome. Always good to see you.
I always Artemio does these awesome streams of where he plays arcade boards. He does them every week now. Maybe every Saturday. But I always seem to miss him.
Tuned into one of his streams not that long ago.
Oh yeah.
It might not have been a stream. It might have been one of the videos on demand. But of course, I couldn't understand it. But I was like, hey, it's Artemio. I feel like I'm being very haphazard with this. And I feel like a lot of people probably really focus on one part at a time so you can see the contrast with what's clean and what's dirty,
Yeah. I get the sense that you haven't had to do much yard work in your life.
I used to mow the lawn as a kid, but I don't have to do that kind of stuff anymore. Can I get on top here? Oh, look, it's the neighborhood.
Yeah, power washing is really satisfying. If I could just, I mean, if I had the ability to just do it whenever I wanted to, as for money, I would totally do it. Probably more often than I'd like to admit.
This is actually the first.
Yeah, I'm the only person who knew it who actually remembers David the Gnome, and it makes me so happy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hated it.
I have a David the Gnome little rubber figure somewhere, I think. It might actually be outside in the garden.
Oh,
It's from when I was a kid.
I never liked David the Gnome.
Why not? What is there not to like about David the Gnome?
No, it just seemed really boring. He's like,
Yeah.
he just goes around helping people. Yawn.
Nobody dies. Come on. Who wants to watch shows where people don't die or get hurt?
I mean, people get hurt. I mean, he's a doctor, right? So people have to get hurt.
Yeah, but nobody dies. I mean, I'm sure somebody died.
Look, I cleaned the fence. Look how clean it is.
Rub saying Quake 2 enhanced rocks too. Yes, it's very good. If you watch John Linneman's video, I helped him record some multiplayer footage for it.
I did see your name in there. Yeah.
And there's during the intro, he like shows where he like kills me 2 times like immediately because like I respawned like inches away from where I died. So like he just like shot me with a railgun and I respawned right in front of him and he shot me again. So it says twice in the top of the screen. It says Coury C was railed by Dark One X 2 times. He's like, I got to put that in there, and it's right in the intro.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Are we trying to get a Travelocity endorsement deal? I wouldn't say no. I'll talk about David the Gnome. I'll even do some research and find out stuff about David the Gnome that I don't already know.
Wow. What effort.
Yeah.
What do you think led to the patio being this specifically
Oh, so
dirty?
KCW says, I hate to spoil a nearly 40-year-old show, but David and his wife do die in the last episode of the show.
Wow, what? That's
So what happens?
that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, are they just so old?
They turn into trees. So I mean, I
Is
guess
that-
they go back to where they came from the earth.
Is that just normal gnome death? Oh, the underside of this
Probably.
table's filthy too.
I didn't know if something like really truly awful happened with them. Oh, you got to clean underneath even.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think anybody lives there? I can't imagine anybody lives there and just like lets it go.
I mean, I feel like it's my house. But I don't know why a power washing business would be in this situation at home, you know?
Yeah. Start Select says, I'm going to call this out. If this wasn't a simulator, what Try is doing now, ground before fences would be all wrong, and the dirty water from the fence would still ruin the ground. 4 out of 10 wouldn't hire. Oof.
You know, people have been saying this is a really good co-op game.
Yeah.
And I could see that. You know, you could get it done a lot faster.
You still got a whole lot to do. I mean, look at that cash you're making now. $162 for the job so far.
I don't know. I feel like I'd want more than that with as much as I've got cleaned all here already.
You know, it's just like this. It's just one of those things. Like would be really satisfying to do, and it's like, you know, like I had to we had to do some repairs on our little library last week, and I had to help like cut some pieces of wood, and I like using like a mini saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just fun to do stuff like that. You can buy attachments and stuff now. We'll need some soap on this stage.
Well, need soap?
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you? You just power wash your hands.
Like how do I buy stuff? Current loadout.
It has a whole part where you gotta like get in the car and it has like a complete render of the town that you're in, and you have to drive to the hardware store and get some specialized soap.
I don't know about that.
I mean, if they're going to do this right, they would have all that stuff in
simulate.
there.
I wonder if you can like save your progress on a level and come back later.
I don't know. Is this better than Super Mario Sunshine? I mean, what do you think?
No.
Of course it is.
I mean, Super Mario Sunshine is a highly flawed game, but you know.
Yeah. I mean, when even Try thinks that this is better than Super Mario Sunshine, then.
Well, I didn't say that.
I mean, you didn't say that this is highly flawed.
Well, I mean, Super Mario 6 Sunshine also has more ambitious aims than this. You know, this is mostly succeeding at what it sets out.
Mario Sunshine is like a stupid kiddie game, and this is for people who like to work on the house. It's highly flawed because the dirt doesn't like it's almost like you're spray painting it.
Well, I think that's what like how it's like
It's
dark.
highly flawed if you shoot the stones there, if they don't fly all over. Because if you were power washing and you sprayed those stones, they just
Oh, the
fly
gravel.
everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not quite that advanced. Maybe Power Wash Simulator 2026 or something, you
Yeah.
know? Can't tell if these stones are dirty or not. I don't think they are.
Square
But maybe
Enix.
they are. Yeah, I think they are.
I feel like if they're gonna do more DLC, they should do some like Dragon Quest DLC where you're spraying like slimes
Oh yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, I get some blue dirt.
Yeah.
I think
Last week I don't think I'd finished Final Fantasy 16 yet during the stream. I finished it on Monday, I think.
yeah.
And I can't stop thinking about the things that I didn't like about it. You know, when I think about it, my mind immediately just goes to the stuff that I didn't like.
You said you liked the ending pretty well, though.
Yeah. I mean, the whole build up was like it was cool. I mean, it was, like the fight was cool. My problem is that I feel like the icon battles, like, you basically can't even tell what's going on.
I mean, I think they're cool, but I mean, I understand what you mean.
Right? I mean, you almost can't tell what is like happening.
I mean, I think I was talking about how there's like all those like kind of sparkly things going on, and
Yeah.
it kind of just makes the images very noisy in a way that like I feel like all of the cool things that the summons are doing is somewhat obscured compared to, say, the summon animations in of the PlayStation 1 Final Fantasies. Speaking of PlayStation 1 Final Fantasies, I was surprised when I tested the HD versions of 7, 8, and 9. I have there's like Switch physicals of those.
Mm-hmm.
And I was surprised that if you downscale or pre-scale those through the RetroTink, it's actually pretty effective. The text remains fairly readable if you go down to only 360p, which may be sort of a weird resolution, but it kind of helps ground like the extremely blurry upscaling that they did on the extremely blurry upscaling they did on the backgrounds, especially in 9. Like the backgrounds look awful. But they're really blurry in all the others, and then the characters are high res, and it sort of kind of, I think, grounds them better.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like how it looks. It's like you kind of do get sort of a visual upgrade over the originals, but it also makes the elements that didn't upscale as well sort of work better. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
So you're saying next time you play through that game, that's the version you're going to play?
Probably not, but I was impressed. I think it made that version much more palatable.
It's just it's so interesting. I mean, I've been thinking about this like as here. I mentioned it to you as well. It's like, I get it. Like I get the appeal of it, but I wonder how many people are going to buy the device and play these HD versions of Final Fantasy IX when they could just as easily get the original.
I don't know.
Do it.
It's interesting to mess around.
I mean, almost
with.
be better off to do it with the
a lot of
PS1 Classic.
people. I mean, that is the
Then you're not
version
trying to
they
fix
have,
anything.
though, right? I mean,
not the PS Classic, but the PS1 Classics on the PS3. Like doing that with it, and then I wonder how that would look. Like that, I feel like that would be almost more exciting and just better in general.
I mean, you could definitely do that.
Yeah,
It would definitely work.
it's just funny to think about, I guess. How many people are gonna buy the Retro Tank 4K to
Well, they're not going to buy it just for that, but I mean,
I know.
I think what's interesting about it, though, is just how many things it improves, though,
Mm-hmm.
And how many things that have a wide sort of disparity in quality on their own look much better
Yeah.
through it. Stuff like, the AVS, the NT Mini Noir, the high def NES, Mister. All of those things can look identical.
Mm-hmm.
With the right settings, which I think is really interesting. Because, it makes the AVS like a, I mean, it's maybe a bit of a tough sell to, do that when it's just 720p. But now, if that's your main NES, and I think it's a very good FPGA system. I love the AVS. It becomes much more viable again, I think.
There was $6.99 Canadian from McGinty2. Thank you. Saying the fact this isn't a PlayStation VR 2 game is an affront to God.
Oh man, that would make this many times better. I didn't even think about that. I mean, I don't have a PSVR 2 yet, but I do want to get one eventually. Yeah, I
mean, technically, for the price of PSVR 2, you could go out and probably rent a PowerWasher and do it for real. And it might even be cheaper. And you'd achieve something. You'd actually power wash your own home or your driveway. But it should be.
Yeah, that's the main thing this is lacking, is some kind of motion controls.
Yes.
I do think that would add a fair bit to the experience. I wonder if like
Then
if
you
I
get the offer.
if I leave this level, because I kind of want to like see like some of the like the Final Fantasy VII DLC is like, if I leave this level, will I lose my progress?
McGinty also in another $6.99 said you should have to manage your water pressure like in Brave Firefighters. I mean, they should make it so that you have like to do like Tears of the Kingdom style button and D-pad and analog stick combinations, like everything. Like you gotta hold right on the D-pad and use the right analog stick to select your like your nozzle, and then you gotta like double click the triggers for it to like go on, and then you gotta rotate the stick so it screws on.
No, that's okay.
They should just like take this and make it like really overcomplicated. That's the game I want to play. I want to play overcomplicated. Power washing.
Overcomplicated power washing.
Yeah. Oh, you can. Okay, so you can buy a power washer for $230.
Wow, are you thinking about it now?
No, I mean, if I had to choose between getting this, like, if this was the only game on PlayStation VR 2 and getting a real power washer, and I had to choose between them, I'd probably get a real one.
Well, I mean, that's what I mean. Are you thinking about buying a real power washer now?
Yeah. No, I mean, we tried to power wash the back of our house, and we kind of did a little bit, but you need a ladder to get up really high. It just didn't reach, and it wasn't powerful enough.
Well, I'm guessing that even if I leave the level, I get to keep the money I've made, right?
I don't know. They should have, if you want to quit the game, they should make it so that, or quit the level, they should have a whole like multiple choice dialogue tree, like of working it out with the person. Like, well, I got to go now. I have to power wash some Final Fantasy locations and weapons. But if you let me keep the money, I'll come back and do the rest later. But it will cost you additional.
Or just like, man, I just like, I want to go play some video games.
Yeah.
I've got this whole stack of PS5 games I haven't booted up.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it'd be funny though. If it doesn't go well, it like locks you out from like playing that level again because they just call somebody else, and you're never allowed to go back. And it's impossible for you to get a trophy, and you get a trophy for that happening. But getting that trophy makes it so that it's impossible to get.
So you have to get that trophy last.
Yes, exactly, and that's the only way you could get the platinum trophy.
But by that point,
and it locks you out forever from getting it if you don't.
But by that point, you'd have already done all the jobs, so you couldn't get it. Platinum trophy would be impossible.
Well, but you'd have to go back and replay a level then.
Yeah, but what if you can't replay levels?
I just think it would be funny if they made it so that it would lock you out from getting all the trophies if that happened. People would be so pissed off about it. Ooh, that grill.
Ready to do some cooking on that grill?
Yeah. When you were playing Zelda, Do you like every single time you use the Ultra Hand? Did you think of Grill Off with Ultra Hand?
I did not think of Grill Off with the. I mean, I thought of the Ultra Hand, but I did not think of Grill Off with Ultra Hand.
You know what I'm talking about,
I
though.
do.
Grill
I
Off
mean,
with
have you ever? Do you have it?
I have Grill Off with the Ultra Hand.
I
It was
don't.
free, I think.
Well, I think it was you had
Was it a
to
Club Nintendo thing?
you had to spend Club Nintendo points on it,
Okay.
and I never spent it on that. Have you played it? How is it?
I've never played it. But I just think it'd be funny if, like, I mean, I couldn't not think of the Grill Off with Ultra Hand. And I think that it'd be really cool if you could have, like, grilled in that game with the Ultra Hand.
I mean, you can cook.
What were they thinking?
You can cook.
I know, but not with the Ultra Hand. Like, can you, like, take food that you drop, you think, pick it up with the Ultra Hand and stick it to other things, other pieces of food?
Oh, I'm sure you could. I don't know
I've
if I
never
ever tried it. I'm sure you could.
Because then, if you drop that in, then you, like, if you could do that, then you technically are, like, grilling off with the Ultra Hand.
Yeah. Like the way the way that title is worded sounds like Ultra Hand is like a celebrity guest.
I know. That's what I think is so funny about it.
Grill Off with Ultra Hand. You know. Ultra Hand.
KCW 1286 asking, what is your favorite thing to grill or eat at a barbecue? Mine is either burgers or sausage. Somebody at this thing that I was working at down in Louisville yesterday, there was like one vendor that was had different kinds of burgers, and they had kangaroo burger and antelope burgers.
Did you try one?
I would say that my favorite thing to grill would probably be kangaroo burgers if I had a choice. I don't know. I'm not a very good grill master. So I mean, it's like usually just burgers or hot dogs for me.
Yeah. I mean, some form of sausage or hot dog is probably pretty good. Mostly because I don't have hot dogs very often, so like it's kind of like, oh yeah, that'd be a good thing to have.
Yeah, I see Chris Shamans in the chat saying I am, and Chris he's a very good griller. He clearly has a talent for it, and I could probably stand to learn a lot.
I think I got that grill pretty cleaned. Let's see what happens if
When you shoot those casters.
Oh, can I save? I hit the save button.
This is like.
What?
This is like the second level. By the fifth level, you're gonna be like having to do an entire city block.
Oh man, look at Laura's house here. It's like crazy dirty.
Midgar and Tomb Raider.
So
Luckily, this got in there before Square Enix got rid of him.
yeah.
Oh, you have to. You got to power wash Seventh Heaven.
Oh, look at this! It's in the Shinra headquarters.
Oh, do you have to do like the entire building?
No, like it's just the. Oh, it's the truck.
Looks like you have a portal gun on.
It's the truck and the motorcycle.
Oh.
It's it's in the display area where they steal them.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, and like your power washer looks like. I mean, it looks like a portal gun. But like, I guess it's supposed to be like, feel like this is like in universe.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if this is the actual model or very similar to the actual model for the room that like these things are in and remake.
Well, this was made with Unity. I don't know if it would be able to. Wasn't that
Oh,
Unreal Engine 2? Or
that was Unreal,
Engine?
but I'm sure you could. I'm sure the models could be imported.
Yeah.
The bike has ramming spikes. That's like you cleaned ramming spikes.
Yeah, it looks like it's been underwater or something.
Yeah, it's like it's crazy crusty looking.
It's filthy. Clean up this filth.
Yeah, like what happened to this?
I mean,
It looks like is it like
Looks
Genova
like,
goop?
I guess that's one way to put it. I mean, I don't know. Something's on it. I'd like to wonder how I got so covered.
Oh hey, Reeve sent me a text.
Who?
Reeve.
Oh. Grill Meat Simulator 4.0. I'd play that. Clean up this filth. Recently, one of my favorite things to say to my kids, like when they like haven't bathed in several days, and I tell them that like they need to like bathe. I take a line out of the Matrix and I say, I can taste your stink.
That's something that Agent Smith says at some point, right?
Yeah.
Like when he's like when he's talking directly to Morpheus after he asks the other agents to leave the room.
Yeah. I say, I can taste your stink. My wife doesn't think it's very funny. She thinks it's like very mean-spirited sounding.
I mean, you know, she's probably not wrong.
But I feel like I look at that bike and I can taste its stink. Why does it keep on... Are you spraying it with soap? Is that why?
I'm not spraying with soap.
Oh.
But maybe that white stuff on it was soap? I don't know, but it was really dirty looking.
It would be really funny if, like, this is, like, what happens right before he steals it.
I mean, that's what I'm thinking it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah. But, I mean, when you see it in the room, it doesn't have this on it. You clean the three-wheeled flatbed truck.
Well, I mean, it's over there. It's dirty.
Yeah. Does that car have a name?
I don't know, but I
feel like
kind
it
of
has a
love it
name.
because it's like so uncool looking. And it's like in, this high-tech Shinra showroom. But I love
I think
it.
it's going to be a classic.
It's
why.
my kind of car. I love uncool looking cars.
Wait, you love uncool looking cars?
I mean, sure. Why not?
Is it the Tuk Tuk? I don't know what it was called. I feel like it had some like funny name to it, like the tiny something. I can't think of what it is.
Have I
Maybe I can look it up.
this? Oh wait, there's something there. something on that tire there. Really close to getting that.
You know, I was looking at the response to, like, you know, the fact that you were streaming this game, and Still Loading Podcast tweeted to us saying, the most shocking thing about this game is that there's a subtle story told throughout each wash job that you do. Nothing amazing, but definitely amusing. So
Yeah.
it's got a story to it.
I mean, there's like little texts that come in while you're doing
Yeah.
the job and stuff.
Did you buy any of those buy one get one free from the deal that Amazon was having today?
Oh, I didn't know about it.
And a buy one get one. I got Wanted Dead
Oh yeah. I want that too.
and Like a Dragon Ishin.
Oh, I want that too. I wish I knew.
I mean, I think it's still going on.
Is buy one get one?
Yeah, and there's some other ones too. Like there's a lot of other stuff.
Remind
It's
me
probably
of
still
it.
happening. I mean, you ever like check like on our Discord, like in the deals thread?
I tend to forget to actually check it. Sometimes people bring deals to my attention through the regular supporter chat.
Mm.
It's a real missed opportunity that this truck bed doesn't fill up with water while I do this.
If it was an Unreal Engine, it would. It's all because it's on Unity. But really, the Order 1886, I mean, it's more graphically impressive than
Most games that come
And
out
this.
today.
this, and it came out 10 years before this.
Oh, the motorcycle is Hardy Daytona.
The Hardy Daytona, okay.
That's what Reeve is telling me. I don't know if he's going to tell me about the truck. Oh, it seems to just be calling it the hauler.
The Hauler.
When I like clean apart, it says hauler. Oh, the Shinra Hauler is a classic all-purpose vehicle.
It's the last one of its kind. There's no more like this one that exists in the world today.
I love
Probably
how
gets
like
stolen and destroyed.
Barrett's just like too big to get inside.
Yeah, it's like dragging on the back. In Final Fantasy VII, when you get those like higher quality modeled cutscenes, it was like a real treat.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I mean they always looked really good.
Yeah.
And like the low tier cutscenes, like the low tier, like, you know, walking about town or side quest cutscenes. I mean, they looked better than the side quest cutscenes and conversations in 16. Like those were notably bad looking.
Mm-hmm. So, I was listening to the insert credit review of Final Fantasy 16.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just interesting. It's an interesting experiment to think of like what would anybody have even like talked much, or would like they said it wasn't very good if Final Fantasy 16 was not called Final Fantasy 16. Because I feel like for all intents and purposes, if you just changed a couple little things, it could have been anything.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong.
I mean, don't even call it Final Fantasy 16. They could have called it Type 02.
Or I mean,
something
even
like
if it wasn't Final Fantasy.
Yeah. I mean, I just think that this got me thinking that, you know, like outside of a couple of things, like was not necessarily even Final Fantasy, you know?
I mean,
It could have been. I mean,
the way that it really focused, the story is really focused on the summons, though. Like, you know.
yeah, but I mean, they could have been. Their designs could have slightly be changed, and it probably would be almost no different.
But that's definitely the most Final Fantasy thing about it, for sure.
Right. But apparently, like, the only thing that really defines a Final Fantasy game is whether or not they have chocobos in it and Moogle. I don't know. I just think it would be really interesting to live in a alternate universe where it was not called Final Fantasy
It
16.
was just called something else. Well, I mean, same with 15, right? Like, we almost got into that universe.
With a what?
Final Fantasy 15, you know, I mean, it did not start out as Final Fantasy 15, right?
Right.
So, in a sense, we were almost in that universe.
Chris V says, if it wasn't called Final Fantasy 16, a fraction of the number of copies would have sold, regardless of whatever it is in the game.
Yeah?
Oh, so I also ordered, because it was one of those buy one, get one. I also ordered Forspoken,
Oh,
because I'm just like, you know, I know almost nothing about it. Like, I know it was not received well.
yeah.
But I mean, could Forspoken have been
Final
like
Fantasy
could
16.
have, may as well have been could have been a Final Fantasy game probably if they wanted it to be. We got InGen UK with that £5 says,
Oh.
"Hi guys, long time no speak."
Yeah, it has been a little bit.
See, I mean I think that tweeting stuff is, or at least doing that thing where they appear on the front page makes it more visible for people to come in and hang out. But saying long time no speak. Do you guys ever get blurry eyes after playing Steam Deck or Switch? Wondering if there's a trick to avoiding it.
No, but I mean, something I have noticed just in the past couple of years is that my eyes don't refocus as quickly as they used to from like close up to distance.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm finding that I think that if I really want to spend a lot of time playing on there, on a portable system, I'm going to have to use my reading glasses. And it sucks.
Yeah, I just, I mean, I think that's pretty normal, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone says like once you hit 40, like, and I'm not there yet, but you know, I'll be 39 this week.
Yeah. See, Sean White is saying you got to get some blue light filtering glasses, and it helps. Get you some gamer glasses, my guy.
Now, see that doesn't like that like blue light doesn't really bother me. In fact, I mean, I was talking the other week about how I kind of prefer like not necessarily a cool white balance, but some like a white balance that feels neutral to me. I don't like warm white balance.
Mm.
Have I got? I might have the hauler done here. Wait, not quite.
Wait, your birthday is the 23rd, right?
Yeah.
Because Golden Retro Games saying their birthday is this week as well.
Well, happy birthday to us.
Their birthday is on the 25th.
Not. Oh wait, the windshield's not quite clean here. I think, maybe, or maybe it is. Oh, there's still something down here in this grill. Grill's hard to clean. Or wait, is it the lights? I can't tell. When I hit the button to highlight the dirt, it's hard to tell if it's the lights reflecting or if it's the...
um,
Oh, there's still some dirt there.
I saw that. Where are you? It was Tony Escobar said that they just caught up on a whole bunch of streams and I can't find it now. I remember like marking that in my head, like, oh, I should read that. Now I don't see it. But yeah, so I'm moving through and making all of those live streams appear under the live tab. It's just taking a long time. But as I had mentioned before, I've started putting in chapter marks for them, and I think that makes them a lot more watchable. You can skip over like the the pre-stream stuff, because we had talked about it last week, and Kaylee Gamer had mentioned that if you make any video edits to the stream archive, it will get rid of the chat. So that's not working.
That doesn't sound ideal.
So I'm just doing chapter marks in all of them. But the thing is there's so many of them, and I haven't done it yet, but I was gonna make like a public post mentioning that that I would love some help. If anybody wants to like go through, because you can actually like put those time codes in the comments, and if anybody wants to go through old stream archives as I do them, or things that are like under that page that are like not there, or I mean if the page that are there that do not have chapter marks already in them, if you make a comment on them with the chapter marks, I can just copy and paste that into the video description, and it does all the work for me. Or I mean, that would just do everything. Henry Clark with the
That's good.
with Tony Escobar's message saying, want to mention I caught up on your live stream. I missed them live because of my call schedule. The RetroTink 4K stream was outstanding. Thank you.
Ah, yes, that was a lot of fun.
There's a lot of people watching that one.
I mean, I don't think I was almost said earlier, but then I think I got sidetracked. This is actually the first time this whole week I've turned on my TV that wasn't to test RetroTink stuff, because I've been busy with other things. So I have it's nice to actually sit down and I guess power wash some stuff.
Yeah. Injun UK with 2 more pounds. Thank you.
Thank you.
How you guys come along with a game room tour? I'm working on mine. I mean, that will be like next video on the channel. Will be mine.
Oh, really?
I'm not sure how much longer it's going to take me. I would like to be pretty close by the end of this week. We'll see where I'm at. That's my goal, is to like be like real close by the end of this week. And that's entirely comes down to like how things go at work.
Man, I've been at 99% for a long time here. I don't know where the last bits of dirt are. Might be as good as it gets, President Shinra.
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, who cares what he thinks? He's about to die anyways. What's he gonna do? He's not gonna even see it. But I don't know when Try's video is gonna come along. We have, hopefully things are gonna really ramp up here, and next couple months we're gonna finish the year strong with.
Oh, you mean my tour video?
Yeah, I mean we're gonna. I was just saying. I think that we're gonna finish the year strong with lots of videos.
Yes.
I'm working on one. I'm kind of getting pieces together to do one on blue retro receivers, which I've currently switched over a lot of my consoles to them. Although I did get one of those 8-bit 8BitDo PlayStation receivers in the mail today, and I haven't had a chance to post it in the 8-Bit Mods Discord yet. But I think that it screws up the MemCard Pro by using that.
You did what?
Either it's using too much energy or something, or too much power.
Wait, you screwed up your
Because
MemCard Pro?
I think it's just preventing it from working correctly.
What is?
I don't know if this is for true. Like if it's
I wasn't paying
completely
attention.
accurate.
What's the crux of the issue? What are you talking about?
So using that new 8BitDo PlayStation receiver, the retro receiver,
Okay.
that they came out. I got one today, and okay, so that is a known issue. So when I plugged it in to in the system, and I was going to test it out, I loaded up Castlevania Chronicles, and the MemCard Pro said that it's the memory card is like the correct memory card was like activated, but it could not load from it. It just would sit there and try to load, and it would say, after a few seconds, it would say there's no memory card inserted.
So did you try the MemCard
I
Pro
pulled
with
it
a regular
out,
controller?
and I tried a different receiver, and it works fine.
So okay, so it didn't hurt the MemCard Pro. It just
No. It just like is preventing it from loading for some reason.
I see. Well, let me pick another game from my stack here.
You got Tunic on there twice. So do you if you have the option, do you install both the PS4 and PS5 versions of games?
Well, the physical is a PS4 version, so I installed. It automatically installed it, right? It automatically installed the PS4 version, but it comes with a PS5 download because there is no PS5.
Right. Oh yeah. I mean, I did that too, but it doesn't install the game if there's like an option for an upgrade.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's not like I have like a method. It's just that's how it happened this time.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm excited for the Neo Geo clicky pad. I mean, I feel like I ordered mine before Try did, and mine is like not shipped yet. It's like not shipping until the end of the month.
Right here, hang on. I've not actually used it.
I mean, I thought that I feel like I ordered mine before you. I feel like I told you about it or something like that.
I'm sure you did.
And you got yours.
Yeah, you did. It's. I mean, I haven't used it, but like it feels really nice. Like I honestly don't know if I've ever held a Neo Geo CD controller before. Feels good. I honestly don't know if I will like the micro switch D-pad or not. But the buttons feel really good.
Yeah.
It just feels really good to hold. Like I do like it.
Yeah, I mean, like.
So I mean,
Maybe
I like
it
the
thing
before I've
that
used
you'd
it.
want to
We'll
use,
see.
but I mean, if you want to have that accurate Neo Geo experience without a stick, like that's what you'll use, essentially. But I did watch 2 videos. That say this clicky stick is pretty good. Like the videos that I watched are people that I would trust with it. Is Scarlet Sprites, who has like a complete MVS collection. So I trust that he knows exactly, like how it should feel.
Wow, that's complete MVS collection. That's impressive.
What's that?
That's a complete MVS collection is impressive.
Yeah. And I did see some tweets from Joe, Reddifer, saying that he didn't think it was very good, but I'm not sure how much he used it. He like had a tweet saying like, I just got this, And the mail today, I don't even remember ordering it.
So I know nothing about this game. I forget who even did this physical copy. Like
This was like Special Reserve, I think.
I think that's
I think
right.
Special
But
Reserve
like
was all devolved.
I remember hearing it was good, and so I bought it. And I'm sure I watched like a trailer or something, but I don't remember watching a trailer. I don't know. I don't know any. This is on my shelf, and I don't know anything.
I feel like this game is free on PS Plus right now.
So I have no idea if this is something that you know you can get into the gameplay quickly. Oh look, I got a sword.
Sean White is saying that this is better than Tunic.
I mean, it kind of does have that sort of Zelda-esque sort of thing going on.
Is that dodge roll on one of the triggers?
No, it's X.
Oh. I understand in that situation because then it's like in place of the.
You understand what?
I understand it in that situation because it's in place of a jump button. But if I have a jump, I want my dodge to be like on the trigger.
I like dodge on circle.
Really, I just.
I don't really like dodge on triggers that much. It's okay,
Oh, really? Well.
but circle is my favorite dodge button.
I feel like I can multitask with it better on R2.
R2 seems to be a charge sword. I don't know how to fire the bow. I have a bow of some kind.
But I wonder what happened with like a lot of people's Neo Geo controllers, like why mine just never showed up, or why it hasn't shipped yet.
Yeah, that's surprising.
I got one of those the Blue Retro Neo Geo adapters from Humble Bazooka. And I'm like, want to use that controller with. And someone had mentioned before that I wish that they made like PlayStation Blue Retro receivers that were not from Bitfunks or Retro Scaler. But that doesn't seem to be the case right now, and it sucks. It really, really sucks. It's just... I had ordered two of them from a separate seller called something else on Amazon, and then when I got them, they didn't have any mention of Retro Scaler on them. So I thought, like, oh, somebody else has made these. And I got them in the mail, and they're both like in Retro Scaler boxes. So that sucks.
Bitfunks.
But I do use them. I've been using them. I mean, what else am I gonna do? And I've been using them, and like using one of those does not cause the MemCard Pro issue I had with that Pay-Bit-Do receiver.
That happened with me sort of once. I was trying to avoid a Bitfunks thing once, and like the listing on Amazon looked exactly like other things that I'd seen that had like a Bitfunks logo on it, but it didn't have that logo on it. So I ordered it, and sure enough, when it came, that is what it is.
Yep, and there it is. But, I mean, that's that. But I don't know. Like, I don't know if this company had bought them or if they're just like selling them under a different name to fool people. I don't know. Bitfunks. I mean, that's like, it's like such a gross name, gross sounding name. Yeah, so I ordered. You should, if you get a chance to look at your when you bought that Neo Geo controller. I bought mine on July 9th.
Well, I'll look it up right now.
I'm just real curious.
You think you got shafted?
Well, I mean, I wasn't the only one. I think that
But I mean, you think
Video
I
game
ordered?
obsession
You
is
think I
the same
ordered it
thing.
later and they sent it to me first? When did you order yours?
July 9th.
I ordered mine July 11th.
How about that? I wonder what the deal is. Like, I wonder if it just has to do with like whatever,
I mean, who
whatever
knows?
like warehouse they come into or came into or something.
That could be it. I mean, it's probably not done in necessarily a fair way.
Right.
I have an umbrella. Why would I want to equip an umbrella? It's lower damage. Seems worse in every way.
But it blocks the rain if it starts to rain.
I don't I don't know why oh my gosh, I figured it wouldn't let me roll off the edge there. Shiny things.
Zach asking, do I think of a Sonic 3D Sonic game would have helped Saturn sales outside of Japan? For sure. For sure. I don't see any situation where it wouldn't have like helped.
At least a little. I don't think it will reverse their fortunes.
Right. I don't think so either, but I think like there's no way that it would have
It would have been a big deal.
hurt them.
But at the same time, it didn't do much for the Dreamcast to have two.
Yeah. Yeah. But, you know, it got people excited and talking though for a while at least.
Sure.
You think all those doors are death's doors?
I guess. Hey, color.
Grove of Spirits.
I
think this is available like at Best Buy. Most of Special Reserve Games is available on
Oh, really?
Best Buy. Yeah.
Didn't know that. Did you get it?
I do not. I did not get this. Yeah, it's only $20 too.
Really? I feel like that's probably more than I paid. Seems like a good deal. I mean, it feels really good. Just the feeling of moving about.
Yeah. Oh yeah, everyone like we're talking about the 360 store going down.
Oh
next
yeah.
year.
You know, I you know, there's several things that you know I haven't bought that I feel like I should probably buy. Like even things that like I've had access to only through your account, like Symphony of the Night on there and stuff. Like just because you know I feel like that's a good version to have, just because it's pretty. I don't know. Like a lot of people really like that version, so I
Oh,
just
really?
feel like it's a good thing to have. Well, I think it's like, isn't it like the speedrunning standard? I could be wrong on that. I don't know that much about speedrunning, but
I don't know. I feel like I recall like there being a comment about that. Yeah, it's supposed to happen in 2024.
whew, that was pretty close. Look at me doing my little dance.
Yeah, and backwards compatible titles will remain on sale.
Correct.
Is that one backwards compatible?
But
It
can
might be.
you? But if you buy it through an Xbox One, can you download it to an Xbox 360 after it goes down?
Probably. I mean, that's a good question. I mean, I say probably because I would assume it would be, but I mean, I don't know. You can buy on one series and series and download it to a 360.
Oh, oh no! Oh no! Death! I just
Oh, so this is a roguelike then.
Is it?
I mean, just basically what I'm seeing here.
Well, I mean, it just said death. I came out of the same checkpoint.
Yeah.
Is it? I didn't think it was. What? Do people in the chat consider it more of a Zelda-like or a roguelike? I didn't think it was. I mean, but again, I knew almost nothing about it.
You know, one of the games I think that the Amazon had as for the buy one get one was Outbound Ghost. Are you familiar with the Outbound Ghost?
No, I've never heard of that.
It's like it's like Paper Mario.
Oh,
It's a Paper Mario like, I guess. They do have Goat Simulator 3 though as well, and that new Joe and Mac. Oh wow, looks like they're adding more games to this list. Like Theater Rhythm wasn't on there before, but now it is.
well, remind me to look, because I really want that Wanted Dead game.
Yeah.
I always forget that it exists. So I want to get it while it's on my mind because I'm afraid I'll forget.
Yeah.
Because it looks awesome.
I almost bought Elden Ring, but I think there's an expansion coming out for it pretty soon,
Oh, really?
and I bet you there's going to be a new physical version that has that expansion. Yeah, the Outbound Ghost. It's really weird because I don't think anybody bought this game. Oh, I guess a lot of people did on Switch. The Outbound Ghost. Does anybody in the chat have the Outbound Ghost?
What did you say that was like again?
Paper Mario.
Oh, yeah.
Would anybody give the Outbound? If anybody says, you know, when they hear about the Outbound Ghost, you feel like, then, you know, like then I think that's probably something I'll consider. at some point. Streamer I watched tried the Outbound Ghost and bounced off of it pretty hard. And Paper Mario is her favorite game of all time. Well, then there we go. That's all. That's all I need to know. Dude, I feel so bad for anybody who's like trying to get complete collections of like Switch stuff. Because every time I go to Amazon, it's like, what even is this stuff? Like, it feels like it would have to be a full-time job to even keep track of all this stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even like a complete digital collection would be hard enough to keep track of because it's just so much stuff on Switch.
Yes.
I really like how this game looks. It's very clean. There's just like zero aliasing. It just looks ultra sharp and great.
Yeah. I think that Ninja Turtles expansion comes out on Friday. Or the 30th it comes out. So 10 days, a week and a half.
Oh yeah. How much is that?
I have no idea how much the DLC is. But I bet you they're going to do another physical release.
You know, I booted that up yesterday, because I wanted to check it with the retro tank.
Mm-hmm.
And I was somewhat disappointed to see that they seem to have changed the menu music. Which
Really?
I mean, the menu music, like, as I remember anyway, carried over to the the character select screen. You know, it was like like it was like some of the best main menu music I'd ever heard. But now it only seems to be on the character select. And I'm pretty sure. I mean, anyone can feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Previously, it was. It was also on like the main menu from the get-go.
I don't know. But I am curious, like, if they're going to do another physical with the DLC on there. It just seems like something they would do because they know that people would buy it. I still haven't gotten my physical. First version.
So what's interesting is that your arrows seem to be recharged by doing physical attacks. So like it kind of encourages you to mix it up.
Yeah.
It feels really good. Oh.
You know, when I was gonna get that, when I got that Wanted Dead, I was like really considering just getting the PS4 version, which has a upgrade.
Yeah.
You know, I've been thinking about it a lot recently. Like, is there any real benefit to just getting like the PS5 version?
Well, I mean, to have
Straight
PS5
away.
code on the disc, in theory, that's the only real benefit. But
Right, but you know, like in the case of Elden Ring, like the PS4 version is like considered to be better. You know, and like why not if both versions come out the same day, I don't see it there's any like I don't know if it's like worth it to get the PS5 version
Well,
physically over the PS4 version.
Does VRR? I'm not actually. I was thinking about this the other day. I actually don't know if VRR only works on PS5 games, or if the forced VRR can work on. I mean, not that it would really matter because almost all PS4 games are going to run at max frame rate anyway. But like, I think VRR probably is better for. I mean, I suspect VRR largely fixes the problems with Elden Ring. I would think. But I'm sure not all of them. But also the other side to that is then you would have PS5 code on disc that you know, hopefully, assuming disc drives continue to become a thing, that you could use on PS6. Right?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
or, you know, if there is a PS5 Pro, you know, in theory, you know, that PS5 game might be better on it, you know.
Right, but I mean,
But you would still have, I mean, the only reason, I mean, yes, you have ultimately purchased a less versatile, oops. Oh, was he asking me to kill him? I wasn't actually paying attention to what he said. That's funny. Oh, I see. But anyway, I mean, yes, when you buy the PS5 version, you ultimately end up with a less versatile version of the game.
mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I mean, you know, we already know this. The only reason is if, you know, you overthink things like we do and think about like, oh, I want PS5 code on the disc, right? That's the only reason. That's the only reason.
Apparently VRR is only on PS5 games, but it only works if the game is over 48 FPS.
Correct. Although games that natively support VRR could, in theory, support VRR at lower frame rates, because they could implement low frame rate compensation which would allow it to go down to 30 maybe, or almost 30. I forget how that low frame rate compensation works. Like Xbox implements that on a system level. But PS5 does not. It just uses the pure VRR spec, which is 48.
Right. Okay.
For whatever reason.
Well, you want to play something else?
Yeah. This, I mean, this seems quite good. Quite good. I look forward to playing this.
But yeah, I mean, I was ultimately just going back and forth of whether or not I wanted to buy Wanted Dead on both, or on PS4 or on PS5, but I went with PS5. And it was also a couple dollars cheaper anyways.
And since you were just talking about it, why not?
They're going to be. Okay.
Why not?
Well, I mean,
Let's see how far I can go without dying.
I got a
I've
patch,
never
though.
booted to this. Part of me still wants to beat Sekiro first. Starting in offline mode. Okay, whatever. That's fine. Auto lock on. Oh, yeah.
I mean, it seems like it probably gonna have quite an intro to it.
I mean, usually, I mean, it could have an intro, but, you know, Vagabond, Warrior, Hero, Bandit. Oh my gosh. Lots of choices. I don't know anything about classes in this game.
It would be a profit. Look at those things around their neck.
Oh, yeah. Their eyes are covered like the androids in Nier Automata.
Yeah. Have you? Oh, so you haven't had a chance to play that, obviously.
I haven't played it in about a week, but you know,
Mhm.
I'm a little bit into it. We'll just go with the
How about
default.
that that soundtrack? It's pretty darn good, huh?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, as to be expected. I mean, it's basically the same thing as same type of
Yeah.
vibe as same type of vibe as the original. I'll just skip this. We don't need to see the setup.
It's gonna, I mean, some would say that this is like blasphemous. It's like just skip all this stuff the first time, even if you just want to just try it out.
Well, I'm just trying it out, you know. What did I pick up off of that thing?
I was looking at the Outbound Ghost and I started clicking on different things on Amazon. I found
I
this.
got a wizened finger.
Ooh, just a finger.
It's a wizened finger used to write messages to other worlds.
Oh.
I can already
found this,
tell
like-
the frame rate is pretty unsteady even in this room. So here's hoping.
You had the PS5 version of this,
This
though?
is the PS5 version, yeah.
Okay.
So here's hoping that the VRR. I mean, it looks high enough that VRR should smooth it out. I mean, I know John played this on Xbox because he was able to use VRR.
That's good.
And VRR didn't exist on PS5 yet. But if I recall correctly, I could be wrong, but if I recall correctly, the DF coverage said that the PS5 version on average had a higher frame rate than the Xbox version. So if it was fine on Xbox, it's probably fine on this. Although Xbox does have the low frame rate compensation, but
I mean, literally the only thing I'm going to buy on the Xbox, even if it's like a superior version, is going to only be like exclusives.
yeah.
That's just the way it is. There was 10 minutes ago. There was $5 from Mega X6
Thank you.
with no message, but thank you. Mega X6 is here saying the brother played this for 748 hours.
Was that a streamer?
The first Dark Souls game my brother played, and
Oh,
this is the first Dark Souls game my brother played, and now has 748 hours and the platinum.
I thought you said the brother. I thought, oh,
No. Mega
that's the
X-
name. That must be a streamer's online handle. The brother.
There's also $2 from Jonathan Hinson. Thank you. asking, Corey, have you heard of Asura the Striker? And I have not. I'm not sure what that is, and I will immediately Google.
So, sounds like a prequel to Ashura's Wrath.
Oh, this is the Space Harrier game. Is it out? I know what this. I know what it is. Like seeing it in action. Is it released? Because it looks amazing. And
That didn't last long.
not yet. Is it like an early access or anything? I mean, it is like shameless Space Harrier. Like shameless. Like I'm totally okay with that though, in the best possible way. I saw that there was some messages about like way earlier in the stream about the that new Jet Set Radio spiritual successor.
Oh yeah,
that
John's
came
been
out.
playing that.
Yeah. I mean, it came out a couple days ago. I think it came out on Friday, maybe. And from what I understand, it's very, very good.
I mean, I really like the low fidelity polygon look they got going on, but it's like there's so like the characters and buildings are low fidelity, but there's like more of them in the scene that there would have been on Dreamcast, right? So it's a cool look.
Yeah, I've only seen a couple of clips that he sent me. It's just like to hear the music. And I mean, it feels like it's going to be exactly like what anybody would hope it would be like.
One of his kind is sure to seek the elven ring.
So does Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
The golden order.
Is it, how much is it? Is it like a $20 game? I wonder. Yep. I don't think the entire soundtrack is by Naganuma though. I think I was under the impression that only some of the songs were. Okay, at $40, I'll wait for a physical version. But I mean, I was gonna say if it's like $20, like I'd be all about that. What's the best game experience of the day?
Of the day? Oh,
of the stuff you played
of the
so far.
stream so far.
PowerWasher probably.
I mean, I'm really intrigued by Death's Door. It seems really good.
I'd like to have high expectations for for the game you're playing now, but I mean, I've heard that like almost nobody said it was very good. Like everybody said it kind of sucks. So.
Yeah, I mean, this is
So I don't have.
this
faith in it.
this is sure to probably be the actual best game that I'm trying today, but obviously this is not exactly the context to take this game in.
Yeah.
Also, I would of course like to be playing with VRR. But I can't do that while streaming right now. I don't know what happened to those. So here we are out in the. They kind of call this an open world, although I don't think it's going to feel like a.
I think it's kind of like Zelda.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. I mean, it's much more broad open, I suppose, than From Software's previous games. But I kind of don't want to fight anything. I just want to see like how far from this point can I get without something just killing me. Like I'm not even going to try to fight. So I guess the X. I guess see I kept hitting the X button to I kept hitting the X button to read messages, but I guess it's a jump button now, so that's why triangle has to be the message button.
Brady says that this is a full-on open world.
Yeah, but like it like open world is kind of a dirty term, right? Because when you say open world, you're thinking Ubisoft style, right? And
I bet it's like Zelda.
I don't. I mean, oh geez,
I mean, Zelda's an open world.
I don't want to fight Tree Sentinel.
Said
Get away from me, Tree
Ramesh
Sentinel.
says it's open world, but not Ubisoft.
Yeah. I mean, I love the idea of open worlds. It's just that most open world games kind of, fall into, very limiting tropes, right?
We got $5 from and Fish saying hi. Started collecting for Switch and Game Boy Advance more serious this year. I figured why not since I like it. World destroyed twice. World destroyed twice. And Brave Fencer Musashi forever.
I wish I could remember the name of the game in which the world was destroyed.
It was one of those Chemco RPGs.
I know, but I wish I could remember which
The world
one.
has been destroyed
The
twice.
world has been destroyed twice.
I don't know if we talked about it on stream, but I still think about that. There's that $200 collection coming out for
Yeah.
for the Xbox that has 50
Wait, that's for
of those
Xbox?
Chemco RPGs on it.
I thought it was Steam. That's Xbox?
Yeah,
Is it a physical? Or is
I think
just,
it might be. I think it might be physical on Xbox.
like it's so stupid.
That it has 50 of those games on it.
Yes.
Like how little do they think of those games?
Pretty little apparently.
We're just gonna slap. I mean, if they really wanted to do it. Oh! It's digital only. No digital only. I thought it was like on a disc.
That doesn't sound
Like
like
a
something
$200
that would
Special edition.
a physical exclusive to Xbox doesn't sound like a thing that would happen.
But maybe it's a good way to get some RPGs on the system.
I mean, Xbox has
You guys,
RPGs.
yeah, it's okay. You can release a 50 pack of games.
I just want to wander this world until
You hit
I can't help but be murdered by something.
by that bird.
What's up with this?
You gotta follow the golden embers floating through the
Oh,
air.
geez. What, looks like some guy on a sword with a spear. Oh, there's lightning. Look, there's just a animal
Lightning
skull on the
strikes.
ground with physics. Look at that. Look at that.
When this came out, everyone was saying, "Oh, Tears of the Kingdom is gonna have to really do, step up its game, to because or else this will just seem better." And what is the general appearance now that Tears of the Kingdom is out?
I mean,
Did Tears of the Kingdom step up its
crap!
game?
Oh, I'm seeing I'm surprised how much grass popping I'm seeing, just right up at you.
JL says this is just the overworld. There's a whole world beneath this one too.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely heard that. It kind of branches off into level-y type areas. Well, there's just some regular old looking bears. Look at those regular old looking bears that are probably not at all actually monsters.
They're cocaine bears.
Oh no.
which is on apparently on Amazon Prime now. If you feel like you want to watch that.
Look at that thing that I'm going to totally successfully run by. This game isn't so hard. Look how long I've been alive in this overworld.
So, in Final Fantasy 16, they started calling the Marlboros Morbles. Did they change that like in 14 or something like that too? Is that like what they've been called,
I mean,
or is it like
they've
new
been
calling
called
them
that? Like, I mean, they've been called that at times. Like, I think Final Fantasy VI, maybe. Like, it's just another one of the shortened translation variants. I don't know exactly how it is in Japanese, but
I feel like they like the first place I remember or like saw them at was in 6. I remember seeing them. I
will
feel
it
like
be
they're
a
called
cool
Marlboros
decision
in
to
that.
jump into the water.
Retro YPB
That water
PI
was pretty good.
has been a member for 33 months. 33 months.
That's a lot of months.
That is that's quite a lot. Saying this character model gives me MS5 vibes.
MS5.
MS5, not
Microsoft-
MGS5 maybe.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 5.
Metal Slug 5.
Should I jump in the water? Maybe I should jump in the water. Let's see what happens. Oh. Lame.
Oh, is it just like put you back up there?
Probably not. No, I gotta activate these bonfire equivalents.
Oh,
Whatever the site of grace.
the old bombed fire.
It's a site of grace. All right. Well, that'll be enough Elden Ring. I just wanted to boot it to say I booted it.
Yeah, now you've booted it.
Now I've booted it.
What's going to be next?
What's it gonna be?
The tail. You're at 0% in the game. Not even a single percentage point.
Okay, this is a total wild card.
Uh-oh.
I have no idea. Like, this could be pretty
It's not
bad
Chia.
for all I
We've
know.
already played Chia.
This, like, I want to say, like, at the end of last year, there was a big sale of stuff on GameStop's website, and I was just like looking at all like this really cheap stuff, and this was like $10, I think, and it's a horror game, and I'm like, I'll try a horror game for $10. Why not? It had like a pretty crazy looking box art, like you can see it on the dashboard there. It's got this like crazy looking skeleton and like a analog audio cassette, and it's like I don't know what's going on, but I'll try that. Why not?
Forspoken has gone on the 15 or 20 already. I mean, I got it for 20 with like the buy one get one, so it's not.
I'm not surprised. I mean, it was not well received.
killed the cat.
This
I killed the cat.
this voice acting is amusing.
Brought her to me.
I bet it's great.
I mean, could be.
Do you have Road 76 or whatever it's called, Route 76?
No.
That's one that I got a while ago, and it looks pretty good. Like I was thinking about maybe playing it soon. I got to get back to my list though. That's my thing. After Final Fantasy, I did like there's just like nothing that still remains on my list sounded very fun, and that's why I played the Order.
Mm.
What do I got left on my list? AKA, like, what am I
All
probably...
indicators are indicating stay inside.
That's good.
I got Shenmue, Witcher 3, Undertale, Last Story, Police Knots, and Brave Fencer. How long would you say Brave Fencer Musashi is? Maybe 20 hours?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we got another $5 from and Fish. that sounds coming through for you, right?
Yeah, not real strongly, but it is.
Okay.
Delicious.
Yeah,
Like
there
that?
you go. That's
Is it?
I'm
We got so $5 from
Delicious.
Chicken.
and Fish. Saying, hope the next Nintendo console is backwards compatible with Switch and uses smaller cases. Why waste space and plastic if you're not going to do manual cool artwork? And I 100% agree. I wish that the cases were like really small, like half the size of a 3DS cartridge. Like not vertically, but like depth wise. I think it would be really cool if they were about the size of like an audio cassette tape but thinner.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I think that would be really, really cool if they were just real like short.
Probably hard
and
to.
thin.
I mean, you know,
like half the height.
I mean, you know
and
what
about
would
the
be
same height as a like a 3DS case.
like because I was just thinking like that would make them maybe hard to like, you know, look appealing in a store. But you know what would be awesome is if they were like, if you know if they just had like a little built-in like you know like a firm good quality like hang tab on them like Genesis cases like they could be like you could like.
Yeah.
It'd be smaller than that though, and you could like hang it on a rack.
This will come in handy. I could probably break this with something.
It'll be interesting.
I
mean, it's like
I like the
I would like
voices of this game. They have a very like PS1, PS2 quality to them.
yeah. Yeah, stores aren't set up for hang tabs now anymore. It's all rack shelving, and that makes sense too.
But like, you know, I think like Japanese like Famicom Disk System games and maybe even Game Boy games may have been designed to be like that. Like I think that would look really appealing in a store though. Like even if they aren't so much equipped for them anymore, I guess. Wait, how do I
There was
got?
Master Safer has been a member for 4 months. Saying, "Hey guys, I'm making my own custom Mister shell. Think of a Master System mixed with a kit from Knight Rider and a splash of modern PC. Thoughts? I mean, I'm sure it's going to be awesome. I like the idea of like a consoleized form factor for the Mister.
Yeah.
Um,
I like my little mini PC case I have for the Jamix.
yeah. I mean, I could see a lot of appeal in that. Like if I was gonna make another one, that's what I would do. But I'm just
Worth a try.
pretty happy with mine. I feel I enjoy the portableness of them because like my purple one that it's like in the purple metal Mr. Add-ons shell, I will like unplug it and take it up to the bedroom sometimes. It just does not take any effort. It's convenient. And then I will plug it in and I'll play a game and I will immediately fall asleep. It is impossible to play anything on the Mister without falling asleep. I mean, like in bed.
You play stuff on the Mister in bed?
Yeah. I mean, I just bring it in the TV that's in the bedroom. I have like I have a Mister power cable and a short HDMI cable, like just dangling from it. That I can plug it in whenever I want. And
Understand how to use the.
like if I am here, like, you know, if nobody else is in the house for a couple days, like I'll bring it up there. But I almost always fall asleep like right away.
There's a keyhole.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Why wasn't it working before? I don't know. I guess I didn't understand the inventory.
Laramie is saying, "You guys kill me on the funniest shot you don't even realize is funny."
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to figure it out, like if it was something that maybe we put in a video or something and it was funny, but it's like actually not funny, or something we didn't think was funny but actually is funny.
Or are our camera shots right now funny for some
Oh,
reason?
maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I almost never play the Mister in bed. The only time I do is like if, like there's nobody here.
I can't imagine falling asleep playing a video game.
Well, I mean, it happens to me more than.
I mean, I don't fall asleep unintentionally.
Oh, I mean, it's not even that I'm falling asleep like unintentionally. Like I know, like if I'm just like laying in a certain place, my eyes will start closing.
But see, that doesn't happen to me. Like I only fall asleep in bed when I am there to sleep and not do anything else.
Oh well. I mean, it just depends, I guess. Like sometimes I'm just tired enough where it happens. Like if I'm even if I'm watching like a show, like I remember like I was watching that Secret Invasion show and I like fell asleep like halfway through an episode, and the show was not that great, and I was like, well, I could go back and rewatch the stuff that I fell asleep and missed, but I don't know if I really care enough to do that. I'll get the gist of it in next week's like previously on segment. Yeah, I mean, so Dustin's saying like I have a very specific memories of falling asleep playing Chrono Cross in high school and waking up in the morning still holding a controller on some random battle scene. I mean that I fell asleep playing Shenmue, and that's why like I'm always like afraid to play Shenmue because you gotta wait for things to happen. I don't think there's any way to like make the time go faster in it.
Like I can't imagine like falling asleep like playing a game and then like the next morning you're like you never woke up in the middle of the night realizing like, oh, I'm not like sleeping where I normally would be.
Yeah. Well, Alvaro CN says, I can sleep anywhere. I have a 1-year-old son.
I guess
So,
you
I mean, that's-
learn.
Yeah.
Probably assemble something here.
See, Mega X6, I fall asleep with a TV computer on. Have to have noise in the background. Yeah, I get that. You know, like it's, you know, there was a time where I would sleep pretty often with like a white noise machine. But now it's like if I'm by myself in the house, like if my wife and kids are like up at their grandparents or something like that, and I'm just by myself, I will always like have the TV on like in the bedroom. Even if I turn the volume way down, I just keep it on, and it like the TV will automatically turn off after 4 hours. It's like a built-in constant sleep timer. So I just like. Usually I won't watch anything that I actually care about watching. I'll just like, you know, I have one of those like digital antennas, and I'll just put on like regular TV. And like a lot of times, like the stations that I get are stuff that just like show like old stuff, just like syndication type stuff. But I mean, like recently I was watching like Magnum PI on there, and it's I don't know. There's something about it. I like watching stuff like that where it's just like you watch what's on or don't watch what's on. And you're just kind of like, in a way, like forced to watch something that you wouldn't normally want to watch. I mean, I just like it's just nice, I think. I think it's just nice to just experience it as it's like actually like on.
I don't know where to go next, but I mean, this game has an intriguing vibe to it. I'll say that. I am.
Concept check is saying, yeah, I've been a proponent of over-the-air TV since birth. I'm 44, haha. I mean, that's the same age as me. I'm 44 as well. So I mean, I guess, you know, like I was talking recently about, you know, a lot of kids don't realize like if they don't like want to watch something, then they can easily find something else that they do want to watch because, you know, like any kind of like between YouTube and like streaming stuff.
Sure.
You never have to watch, never are forced to watch anything you don't like specifically feel like watching.
Right.
And I think that when you didn't have that option, you find yourself watching things that you wouldn't normally watch, and you find yourself enjoying stuff that you wouldn't.
I kind of wish I would have done that more, like growing up, because
You don't wish you did. You had.
I sort of wish I did, because like I've never been like a huge TV watcher, but I feel like there's probably a lot of just common knowledge pop culture stuff that I would know a lot more about if I did. But I've never really been like a, you know, just take the entertainment that passively comes my way kind of person. You know, I think,
Right.
I think, you know, I always gravitated towards, you know, video games or VHS tapes and DVDs and stuff, you know, so because I wanted to choose what I was entertained by.
Right.
I mean, yeah, there were shows that I watched, but like I was never a big TV guy.
I mean, that was like some of those memories of like being home from school and just watching TV. Like I would play games too, but I'd also just like turn it off and watch TV. And I would, you know, just stuff that was much older than me that I would normally have never watched, but were just like on in the afternoon, like outside of like. Not like soap operas or anything like that, but stuff that's like Dennis the Menace or Little Rascals or something like that, like black and white stuff.
This is something that I bought mostly entirely on the name alone. I know nothing about this.
What's it gonna be? What name was so good that you were like, I have to have this? Oh, okay.
Have you booted this?
I haven't, but I'm familiar with it.
I know nothing about it.
Yeah, you build your own arcade. Arcado Paradise, it should be called.
Yeah, I mean, I knew there was like some operating an arcade aspect to it, but that's all I knew. Like, I didn't look up any videos of this. I was just like, this seems interesting. NTV. Ash.
Cool decision.
Scott Snyder has been a member for 36 months, but also says I fall asleep to the movie Grumpier Old Men almost every night, and I'm usually asleep before the opening credits are over.
I can't tell if he's joking or not, or
I like the idea. It's like I can't sleep unless Grumpier Old Men is on.
I mean,
the idea of like,
or
you gotta bring it with you, like if you go on vacation or something.
or
have
is he just saying that Grumpier Old Men
on your phone
is his life?
So
he is living
that?
Grumpier Old Men.
Yeah, I just like
he I
know,
Walter
like I
Matthau.
understand that it's like he's serious. Like I think it's amazing that you're almost every night. I mean, do you have to like? Can you almost like? Can you not sleep without it? Mega X6 says that my dad will fall asleep to one of two movies every day: Father Goose and Then There Were None.
You know something about.
I mean, it's just crazy. It's like I put this. I just put this movie on because you fall asleep.
You know, something about the lighting out here, like, just makes this feel very real, even though the actual graphics aren't, like, that impressive.
Yeah.
Well, like, something about this just, like, it has, like, a photoreal vibe to it, even though it's not actually that impressive. Whoa, why is that dumpster
Are you
opening
going to
when
turn
I
that
walk up
laundromat
to
into
it?
an arcade?
Huh?
You're going to turn that laundromat into an arcade.
Oh.
I bet.
That's a good idea.
Hello, Ashley. This is your father calling. Welcome at long last to the
Mr. Dot says, this stream just proves that Try bought a bunch of, quote, interesting, unquote, PS5 games. Will he finish them? Is that true?
I mean, you know, we joke on the Backloggery streams a lot, I guess, about how, my threshold for buying a game is like, oh, seems interesting. Big Boy Burger.
That you might want to play someday.
Yeah, it's retirement planning.
What was that? That looks like some meat. Is that a hunk of meat?
It's
dirty laundry.
It's like a burger. It's like a container for a burger.
Yeah.
Where's the dirty laundry?
Scott Snyder, was there two grumpy old men, or was there 3 of them?
I thought there were only 2.
Maybe
Well,
there was only 2.
There's a single arcade.
Jack Lemmon and Walter
arcade
Matthau.
in the back. It's what does that say? Wood Gal's Adventure.
Oh, okay. So there was 2 in a film called Out to Sea. So Out to Sea was not like the same characters, but it had the same cast in it, the same actors.
There's a dumpster around the side of the building.
Gnarly. How often do you have to do laundry?
I don't tend to think about how long the wait between is, but not as often as I have underwear. That's the main limitation. It's like, oh no. It's like, uh-oh.
I feel like
I'm out of underwear.
I feel like, yeah. I mean, if Kawika is saying, I feel like we do it every day, and I think that if you have children, I think that the laundry, like the washer and dryer are running like at least every day, to some extent.
Your reputation is your livelihood. Broken machines, scattered trash, or blocked toilets will lose customers.
One or the other, or both, are running that day, or every day. But I'll tell you one thing: it's like that is probably the number one thing that I don't miss about living in New York is going to a laundromat. It was, ugh. Gosh.
Oh wait, I gotta find this. Oh, plunge. Okay. Toilet is clean.
Ready for the customer to collect.
Did that make you think of that Roblox thing your son is playing?
Oh yeah. You talking about skibbity toilet? I don't know. I didn't realize that was what it was called until today. Some song or something like that called skibbity toilet. Does anybody in the chat know about skibbity toilet? I thought it was skippity, and I would joke and say skibbity, but it was actually in fact called skibbity. Skibbity. Yeah, like skibbity beep bop, but it's like skibbity. It's called skibbity toilet.
This does not look like an arcade game, but it looks cool.
It's like Gary's mods. It's kind of like Gary's mod. It reminds me of early YTP.
Whoa. Oh.
I've not played Doors. It's a cool Halloween thing. I'm not familiar.
I don't fully understand these controls. Does it only move if it's... Okay, you can't like permanently move it if it's not a valid combination.
Oh, Doors and Roblox. I forgot Roblox. Okay. No, I don't play Roblox. My son, like, he just plays like Dragon Ball stuff lately. It's like Dragon Ball stuff, and it has Skibbity Toilet playing in the background. I just like, think it's fun to say the word Skibbity. Skibbity is a fun word to say.
Does it mean anything?
I don't think so. Super J Man 991 says with $2. Thank you. Saying happy Sunday, y'all.
Happy
Sunday.
Well, you know, there's a bit of if you look at that scrolling checkerboard, you can see there's kind of a bit of bad geometry in the upper left that I'm spotting. There's a little bit of a warp that it passes over.
Skibbity. Now you got me saying skibbity all night long. Yeah, I mean, my son is like way into Dragon Ball right now. It's really funny though, because when he asked me, like, I said, "Oh, is that so and so character?" He's like, "How do you know that?" Like, I don't know anything about it, but I know like certain characters.
Like does
And
it
he's
just
like
seem
highly
like
impressed, and I'm like, because like, I only know this stuff purely because of like the things that I'm interested in.
well, I mean, does he just think like, does he think Dragon Ball is like new, and so he's like impressed that his
I think so.
his
to
old
some
man
extent.
dad like knows that?
Yeah, like you got a Palm Pilot. Yeah, I just think that, like I mean, I basically learned about it by the things that I was interested in. And like I just knew certain names and I remember them. Not because I'm trying to do it. This is a weird game.
What?
I said this game is kind of weird because it's like the font and everything makes it seem like it's supposed to be like GTA, but it's not. Like I feel like when this takes place is not when GTA would have even been around. Did it give like a year? I mean, this feels like late 90s, and GTA had not.
Yeah, some of
that.
the games look a little strange, but interesting.
Telling Vegeta and Piccolo are the same voice actor. He's not even thinking about voice acting, I don't think.
Exit the PC and play arcade games. Oh, look at that!
And this is
Look
like
at that screen
coming from
saver.
somebody who, the first time he watched it, he said, like, why do they yell all the time? And now that he's watched it, he just like thinks it's so cool. When they yell, he's like, oh, he's about to become like exoprimal Goku or something like that. Or I forgot what he said it was called. It might have been Exo Primal or something. It was like Primal something. I'm sure someone will be able to tell me exactly what it is. And he really wanted me to come in and watch it happen. Because he's watching Ultra Instinct. That's it. It's not Primal. Ultra Instinct. It says Goku is gonna. It's like he can only stay in Ultra Instinct mode for so long.
I mean, it sounds like the nonsense that like all of the Pokemon games now have to have their like really confusing.
Skibbity instinct. it's going into skibbity mode.
But they all have to, like all the Pokemon games have to have their ridiculous like Ultra Form or whatever the heck.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? Don't know why it's asking me to do another cache.
You've been there all night, like all day and all night. It's like cleaning that place up. Did you inherit it? I mean, it does make you want to kind of wish you had the power washer in here, doesn't it?
Yeah. I can't. I just want to play another game, but it's got this instruction that it wants me to do.
I mean, Brady gets it. He says it's hilarious when they just scream for minutes on end trying to level up. Because that's what they do.
Is that the only way that you can go
skibbity
mode or whatever?
Ultra Instinct, yes. But apparently there's something beyond Ultra Instinct. Exoprimal is
legend.
Exoprimal is the new Capcom Dino game. That's it. Isn't there? But he said that there's something beyond Ultra Instinct.
Oh, well, I'm supposed to collect arcade cabinets? Oh, well.
You know. Alex Moreri was asking, what are your thoughts on the PS5 Pro and PS5 Slim? I don't have many thoughts because, I'm not looking forward to spending the money to upgrade, and also like the leaked video of the Slim is not nearly as slim and redesigned as I would like it to have been.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't buy that.
And I think that there's a whole
but
thing where
I would buy
like
a Pro, but like I like the idea that Slim appears to not need a stand for it to go horizontal, because it seems to have sort of a flatter under the disk drive. It's sort of got like a flatter.
I thought it was like it's not going to have an actual disk drive. It's going to have
it's
an externally attaching one.
That was like it was a module on the bottom though that was a disk drive.
Okay.
Like, as far as I understand,
I kind of like that idea.
I mean, this is what John was kind of speculating, and I think it makes a lot of sense. It's mostly to just streamline manufacturing.
Yeah.
Like, so in other words, whether they're making a digital or a slim, they're just making the same darn thing, and the bottom module either has a disk drive or it doesn't.
Right.
So it just makes manufacturing simpler, fewer, things to manufacture.
Yeah.
What we don't know though is like if you buy a digital, will you be able to buy like the disk drive separately? But it's just like the bottom like half of the system just is like supposedly detachable.
Yeah. What would they need to do for you to be happy buying one? Like a Slim or a Pro?
I mean, I really hate. I prefer the PS5 horizontal, but I really hate the. I really hate the stand, especially for horizontal. Like it just it slides around really easily.
Yeah, two internal
so,
spots.
but I mean,
nice.
I wouldn't. I mean, I probably wouldn't buy one though. I mean, I would wait for a Pro if that's. I mean, it seems like the rumors for that are gaining more steam. Like, I don't actually know a lot of the details, but it seems like more and more people are starting to believe it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I know I would. I like you. I'm not looking forward to spending the money, but I know I would buy a Pro.
Yeah, but I
know
mean,
I
you
would
think
do
that's
it.
something you would get day one?
Imperial Beach.
I mean, I got PS4 Pro day one.
Most attainable seat in the
Yeah, but I mean,
towering over Imperial Harbor.
yeah, but that was. I feel like that was different because that was a jump from.
I didn't have
Like-
4K TV yet, though.
Ever perch on its balconies or tube
I thought you got it like right around the same time though.
I got about it. I got it, like half a year later.
Ascend now, Falconeer.
But I
guess.
mean,
Attention applicants. Your many
it's. I guess it's different. It's like it's less exciting because it's like, you know, so the potential was there, but you know, you had like the boost mode at least with PS4.
yeah,
It just feels like the only thing you really get out of it is a boost mode.
yeah. I mean, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't the most logical purchase at the time, but
Yeah.
I did it.
I mean, I'm just wondering, like, you know, would it be like less logical?
Well, yeah. I mean, you know,
For a
there's
Pro on
you
day
don't have
one.
like the onset of 4K TVs to drive the
Right.
the purpose.
That's why I
right?
think that it feels like less exciting.
But I mean, it could be, you know, it could be something where like they maybe finally develop like a good AMD equivalent of like DLSS or something like that, right? And that could really potentially make a huge difference.
hmm
What am I supposed to do?
I don't know. I think that, you know, like I waited a long time before I got a PS4 Pro.
Oh yeah, I mean, you did, yeah.
And I feel like I would do the same thing here. Because I don't feel like, especially since I don't have like a TV capable of VRR, like I just feel like there'd be no reason for me really.
This feels weirdly complicated. Like I was expecting this to be a very simple and straightforward game.
Yeah, I thought it was. I have the Xbox version of this. I don't know why. I think that limited run was selling it at one point.
Like I don't know, like all these like
Yeah, I was under the
target
impression that
this. Like I thought it was just gonna be like a simple like one button game like Panzer Dragoon.
Yeah.
I don't know why that was my thought, but it seems weirdly complicated.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom. I won't be right back.
Okay. You seem to have to do that like 10 minutes before the end of the stream lately.
Oh. I didn't even realize what time it was.
Secret Pilot Wings game? It doesn't seem like Pilot Wings so far. I don't know how I feel about this right now. I don't know, it feels different than I expected. This is called the Falconeer. It was really well reviewed when it came out, and I didn't get it for a long time. I think it was on Amazon. Like I was going to not get it, but I heard it was really good. But you know, I'm not really that used to dogfighting games, so I don't. Maybe that's why this feels so weird to me. This feels very strange to me, though. Like, they're not doing the most wonderful job of explaining the controls. Oh wait, warring friendly. Oh, what's friendly? How can I tell? Travel to waypoint. Okay, well I guess. Okay, maybe I'm not even supposed to be here. I don't know. This is the kind of game that I feel actually needs, like, voice. It's really hard in this kind of game to like pay attention to reading. You know, with all the action going on. Like that's something that, you know, I think is definitely a big benefit for like Muso type games. It's really helpful, you know, because you're like managing this like large battlefield. It's really helpful when those games have voice. They don't all, but it helps. It makes a big difference when they do. Like they're, you know, I often say that like voice, I feel like it's almost overused in games, but this would be a case where it would benefit the gameplay quite significantly. See, look, that's too many lines of text to just read while, you know, I'm flying around and whatever else is going on.
All right. So I mentioned it earlier, but if anybody wants to go through some old live streams and put time code markers for like where games change,
Just leave it as a comment.
Yeah, leave it in the comments, and I would love to like add that into the video description to make it so that they show up as chapters. Or else I'm gonna end up having to do all 415 of them on my own, and it's gonna take me a year probably. But I'm trying to do like 2 or 3 a day. But if anybody would like to do that, you just go to the front page of the channel, click on the live tab, and you can probably scroll back through and see which ones I put. Like I have like placeholder in them. Like it's pretty cool that all the streams actually have like a time code for where it like starts. But I'm trying to make bookmarks or chapters for each game that's played. Unless it's something like this, where you know kind of half the fun is seeing what's going to come next. And in some cases, I will just mark it as like, okay, you know, Sega Genesis games and Sega Saturn games. I'm not going to go through for what each one is.
Huh. Well, this game is I don't know how I feel about that one. That wasn't quite what I expected, but I'm also not like. I mean, dogfighting is a genre I would like to be more into, but is one that's never totally grabbed me.
Yeah,
so, I don't know. That one seemed a little.
It's more free roaming. I was under the impression that it was going to be like a rail shooter, and I
thought it was it wasn't quite what I expected there. Yeah, I don't know. The vibe of the game was a little strange too. So I don't know. That one wasn't quite what I thought. I'll pick one more from my pile.
Okay. One more. What's it going to be? Are we going to take bets? I bet it's going to be No More Heroes 3. I think it's going to be Horsetails Emerald Valley Ranch limited edition.
I have No More Heroes 3 on Switch.
Oh, okay.
Only because I have the first two on Switch. Like, I'm sure it's a lot better on PS3, but I was just like, you know, it's probably fine enough on Switch, and I just have all three on the same
Well, you
system.
technically have those first two probably on the Wii also.
I only have the first one on the Wii.
Oh. Oh, okay. Trek to Yomi. That's another Evolver game.
Oh yeah.
This
yeah.
one was free last month on PS Plus, I think.
Was it really?
Yeah. We see that Tango, that game that Tango project is making. Yeah, it looks amazing.
Yeah. Shadow of the Ninja.
Yeah.
Symbol on the left is barely visible. This might be the first time that the default has just been like straight up not visible. I do not see. I see nothing. Okay, there. I can barely see something there. Wow, that's interesting. I had to move it quite a bit.
I mean, I'm not gonna make annotations for like mini things like that. I can't. I just don't have enough time in the day to make like annotations for like references to 8x7 Pootie and the Framemeister. But I think by separating it up by games, it like makes it more like approachable, for sure. If people feel like watching. And gives a better overview of what they can expect in it too. Did you get Ghost of Tsushima? Tsushima?
No, I still don't have any version of that.
Oh. This just makes me kind of think of that. Mr. Dots, I've had people say like, oh well, why even bother? You know, like people will know to skip to this point and that point. But I think the main reason is that when I have to move them to that new tab, I have to make them public. That means they go out to people who don't watch every week, and I don't want them to have the impression that, oh, it's like this gigantic video. Like, what is even happening here? If it starts playing for whatever reason.
Huh.
Imagine the disappointment of buying Budokan on the Genesis when it came out. I had a friend who did that. And indeed, the disappointment was immense. But yeah, I mean, if anybody wants to do that, just like look to see what's already there. And in the placeholder is like what I've created as a placeholder. We'll just say like pre-stream. Then there's the MLiG just chatting or whatever. It's like I have it. I what do I call it? Chat and banter. And then it's like game. But sometimes there's like magazine read throughs and stuff, and I'll like make chapters for those too. Somebody got Budokan for Christmas. Yeah. Lots of people probably did.
I like how that's become one of your new phrases.
Yeah, I mean, when somebody got it for Christmas, yeah. I mean, the disappointment would be immense.
Do you think there's any video game that no one got for Christmas?
Oh, definitely. Especially now.
You think that there are like physical games that there's just so many of them out there that literally no one got it for Christmas?
Probably at the like now, yeah. I wonder if anybody got the Outbound Ghost for Christmas.
I mean, was it around? Did it exist last year?
Yeah. What about Fashion Dreams on the Switch? No, that's not out yet. Fashion Dreams.
I do like how this looks.
Yeah, it's a good looking game. You think anyone got BMX Triple X or the Guy game for Christmas? Definitely.
Someone did.
Yeah.
At least one person.
Somebody had to ask Santa for BMX Triple X.
Do you think Santa was
or somebody
like,
had to
sure.
ask their parents? I mean, lots of people probably had to ask their parents, will you get me BMX Triple X? Imagine that. Right? I mean, that sounds like something you'd probably remember for your whole life. Be like, oh my God, I can't believe, like, when I was, so-and-so years old, I asked my parents for BMX Triple X for Christmas. And they got it for me. And asked to see what it was like. I'm just like clicking through different games here. Like I got the Legend of Heroes Trails and the Reverie. Like I got the PS4 version, right? And I got that version because it has a PSVR mode.
Oh,
it's
really?
like only on that version, and it has a free upgrade, and it does not have the upgrade has never come out.
Huh.
And now I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the box art on Amazon, and it no longer says free upgrade.
Huh.
Included. Like, does anybody know what's going on with that? Does anybody have Legend of Heroes Trails and the Reverie and have any idea what's going on with the free upgrade version? Is it like just not happening even though it says it right on the box?
I like how the sort of, predetermined angles, they're obviously meant to portray a filmic look, but you know, it creates, kind of a very much like a PS2 era sort of, fixed camera perspectives type of thing that I kind of miss,
Mm-hmm. Backflash is wondering why there's no MLiG clip channel. I mean,
I mean, I'm not necessarily opposed to doing shorts, but
I mean, you know, it just sounds like a lot of work to go back through old episodes and pull out.
not that. I mean, like if you just like wanted to do something like really little, like look at this cool little thing.
Oh no, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, have you seen like the Digital Foundry clips
Oh,
channel?
yeah, I know about that, but
Right. I think that's
like
what they were talking about.
no, that's like not a good fit for us, but
Yeah. I mean, I have no problem with like doing anything with shorts if we wanted to, if we had something that.
yeah. I mean, we need to get, you know, kind of the main content back on track before, you know, doing that kind of stuff. But I think, you know, once we get back into our groove soon, you know, it might be okay to do a short here or there and see how it does.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, just be like, oh hey, like
The Ultra Instinct channel. Okay, so it looks like that was fixed on the 4th of August. I guess it's been a couple weeks since I popped it in. No thoughts on the Dreamcast component cable from RGC. I've not tried them. This is Trek to Yomi. I feel like this game probably is got to be amazing on like to play on the OLED.
huh?
Like this game probably looks great like on the TV, like on an
Oh
OLED.
yeah, it looks fantastic. Sandy likes it too. She's up at the TV looking at it.
There's $5
Well, I like
from
how
Robert
there's-
Hernandez. Thank you. Saying happy Sunday, gents. I'm late to the party, but still came to support. Hope everyone's weekend was excellent. Happy gaming. Whenever I hear happy gaming, it always makes me think of that old YouTube channel, Rinry Game.
Oh yeah,
You see, like,
I
always
remember
end
that
with like happy
name.
gaming.
I like those trees at the side,
Yeah.
especially with like sort of there's you know the sort of imprecision on the lens at the edges of the screen. You know, it looks
Yeah.
very fuzzy and out of focus, and there's sort of a blooming around the sky there. Like just the lighting, just like that shot there, just like feels very real. You know.
That's cool. You know, I almost like the hit of black in between because it makes it feel like a new scene on a reel. How long is this game supposed to be, I wonder?
I bet it's not that long. Oh, I keep thinking block is R. It's L.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so Rameshi says, I popped in my PS4 disc for Reverie, and now it shows a free disc PS5 version in the product page. Excellent. Most games, it's 5 hours. That's not bad at all. Maybe I'll play that soon-ish. Then. Crazy how this game looks like a TV show.
like up close, like the characters don't look that good, but like the cinematic gameplay angles
Yeah.
look really, really good. Oh, and look, you can see like in the foreground there's like people watching us out of focus.
Yeah. That's really cool. Oh, you got a stamina bar underneath your life bar.
This is pretty neat.
Yeah. I have to admit, like it does seem pretty cool. When you get into battle, does it all like control in 2D?
It's all 2D once you're in battle.
That's cool. Yeah, I feel like I could see myself playing this.
Did you got your? Did you get your shield? I forget.
Yeah, I got mine.
Okay, because I think you got yours before me because mine was with. I ordered it with Demon Throttle, I think.
Oh, really? Yeah. I thought you did it with Gato Roboto.
Oh, maybe that was it. Did I get my Demon Throttle before you then?
I still haven't got my Demon Throttle.
Okay.
Apparently it's, I ordered it with Broforce. They announced like that new update that they want to include on the cartridge, like called Broforce Forever. And it's just funny because, like I've been waiting for that, for Demon Throttle for over 2 years now. Yeah, I think that this is still on PS Plus. It's still freebie on PS Plus. Yeah, I mean, I've gone on about this like many times during streams about how like I just have so many pre-orders for games that are just like out there in the ether.
Yeah.
That it's like I don't even know anymore.
Yeah, this seems really good.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to playing this.
So what games are on your pile that you didn't get a chance to check out tonight?
The ones I didn't play were Deathloop, Dawn of the Monsters, and Sifu.
Oh, okay. Dawn of the Monsters, I don't know if
Yeah, you booted it up and you said, I've not booted, but you said you weren't too impressed.
No. I was not impressed like at all. But I've heard there's a update coming out for it, and I'm not even sure when. I'm not sure when it's out, or if it's already out. I should check to see if there's an update for it.
Is Sifu supposed to be pronounced Shifu? Because I'd never really heard that term before. Like that seems to be some sort of like Chinese martial arts term, I guess, because in Live Alive, however you say it, the the Chinese master character, it's spelled Sifu, or the title that other characters refer to him as is spelled Sifu, but the VO says it sounds more like Shifu. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
how you say that game's name necessarily. Fox Bat Stargazer says Japanese would be Shifu, Chinese might differ. Well, in the English voiceover for Live Alive, they say Shifu.
Okay.
So I would assume that the English would trend more toward either how you're supposed to say it in English or how it would be said in Chinese, because it is a Chinese character. So I would assume that the Japanese pronunciation, if it was different, wouldn't necessarily have an impact. But I don't know.
There's $5 Canadian from Buddy Scotch.
Thank you.
Thank you. Saying PVM hunting update. My local Canadian Tire has a massive PDM style monitor hanging from the entrance with a security camera. Any way to fix burn-in? And the only way to fix the burn-in is to get a new tube in it, or swap out the tube.
Yeah, I don't know much about burn-in. Luckily, it
Sounds like a lot of effort.
Yeah, it's not been an issue for me, but yeah, I mean, honestly, are like security PVMs really that good? Like you always hear like, you know, like, oh, like I guess I never hear of like people finding good PVMs and like, you know, back room security setups,
Right?
You know, like people will always talk about like medical PVMs or from TV studios and stuff, but like I've never heard of like, oh yeah, like every business in America has a bunch of them because, you know, everyone uses them for security. I mean, a lot of them I think are black and white for one. So I don't know if those are actually any good or not. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, like, so yeah, I don't know if that's a good find or not there. I honestly couldn't tell you. But yeah, people were saying that they think it's perma damage. Which yeah, I mean it's not something that I've really spent a lot of time to learn about, just because like it hasn't impacted me and my tubes. So
Yeah.
but anyway,
Is that gonna do it?
that's gonna do it. Hopefully that was entertaining enough.
Yeah. Entertaining enough. Yeah. Thank you to everybody who donated, and I hope everyone has a wonderful week ahead of them.
You know?
And best of luck on whatever it is that you're doing this week. You got this.
You got this. Good night.